Hey, what's going on, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy. Thanks for hanging out. Today we're going to be doing a video on EDH Cards Worth the Money Part 3. So I've already done Parts 1 and 2, and I definitely will do more. 10 cards that I think are a little bit more on the pricier side. Now, some of these are more expensive than the others. I think all of these are actually from anywhere from like $8 to like $20 or so. And for some people, that's not a lot to spend, but for a lot of people, they're not 100% sure if they want to invest in these cards. And these are cards that, yes, I do think that you should invest in. So if you're like, $10 is not a lot to spend on a card, for some people, it is. So don't get your panties in a twist. I don't know why people would, but they might. The first card is Eldrazi Monument. I don't think this card belongs in every deck, but I think if you are running, I guess either sort of like recursion or just like creatures that you don't mind getting sacrificed to go to the graveyard, I think this card is really strong. Not only do they get +1/+1, but they get flying and they get indestructible. I run this card in my 5-color ladies deck, and it is boss. I remember one of my friends was like looking through it one time. He's like, this card's not a lady. I was like, it goes so well in the deck though. You just sack your tokens and you don't even care. The bonus out of this card is so much more. Just being able to sack a creature. You could even use it on an upside, honestly, if you're having some sort of like sacrifice recursion type deck. Overall, this card is really strong, and I really like this card a lot. Okay, the next card is Captain Sisay. Now, I really like her. If you're thinking about building her as a commander, she's super fun, but if you're thinking of putting her in like, maybe like the new Angel, actually, the new 3-mana 9 Angel, the Buy a Box promo, blanking on her name, Rihanna or something like that. Captain Sisay is really incredible. I love it because it goes to your hand, but you can like untap her with like so many different things, so you can get like multiple triggers of this off. I have this card in ladies too, and she's really, really strong. Really strong as a commander or just as a supplement for a green-white deck or like a deck that runs multiple colors. If you have a lot of legendaries, you kind of have to like make it worth it like that, but the card's really good. Okay, this next card I'm honestly kind of mad about, Razaketh. I felt like people slept on this card because I remember when I bought this card for Thassa, this card was like $3, and I was like, this card seems like it should be worth it more. And then people were like, oh, Razaketh is really good, and the price like jumped up, and I'm like, duh, like this card's amazing. Like, I don't know how anyone slept on this card. This card should have been more expensive like from the get-go, basically. Razaketh is insane. Honestly, this card's like $12 right now, and I really like, I would just pick this card up. Like, this card is so good. So, one, what do I love about Razaketh? Okay, first off, he's a huge body. He's a huge win condition, because he's like an 8/8 flying with trample. That's really good. Second thing is, you pay 2 life, you don't care, it's EDH, whatever your life total is, like infinity. The second thing is you sack a creature. In the right deck, you want that. You tutor for a card, you don't have to reveal it, it can be anything, and you can do this multiple times depending on if you have creatures. Now, you cannot sack Razaketh, which I think is the one downfall. Like, pros, cons, there's like the one downfall. So like, if someone like exiles the board, for example, you can't sack him in response to putting him in your graveyard instead of exile. It's happened to me, which is kind of a bummer, but doesn't even matter. I love this card so much. I really don't know, like, I think $12 is honestly pretty cheap. I feel like this card should be more expensive. Like, it's so good. This card is amazing. If you're like thinking about it, if you're sitting on it, I would buy it. The card's really good. The pre-release promo is like 20, and I really want it. I need like 5 actually, which is kind of crazy. That's a lot of money. Okay, that's not the point. The next card is Thassa, God of the Sea. I've been impressed with Thassa for a really long time. I think she's kind of like, I don't want to say like underrated, because like I don't see her in like my play group, but she's a really strong card. Being able to scry something, and honestly for 2 mana, giving something can't be blocked. You don't have to tap her, so you can do it multiple times. Sometimes she's just not a creature, which is what you want, which is one advantage, which I really like about the gods. Like, I think at first people thought that it was a downfall, but like I don't think it is. Like, I think it makes them less susceptible to like path to exile removal and things like that. Sorry, just got really dehydrated, like, oh my goodness. Okay. Anyways, I really like Thassa. I think she's like a really strong card. Okay, I've like never seen that art before. Do you ever just like look and you're like, I've never seen that card before, or that art? Anyways, the next card is Phyrexian Altar. If you're building like, I don't even know, like, this belongs in like so many different types of decks. One, it's a free sacrifice outlet, which is awesome. So I'm all about that life. So I really like that card for this specific reason because, you know, you sack a creature for free. And the second thing is you get a mana of any color. So in sacrifice types decks, this card works really, really well. I think this card, honestly, this card like just got reprinted in like Ultimate Masters, but I feel like this card should be reprinted again because it's like a very good EDH staple and belongs in a variety of decks, and I think this card is really strong. Okay, the next is my girl Sisay, Undead Beezer. This is another card that I think people slept on because I remember getting the time-stamped promo when it was like $5, and now the time-stamped promo is like, hold up, we have to like look this up actually because I don't remember how much it is, but it's like kind of money. Yeah, it's like it's like $17. The regular is like 10, so I would recommend spending the extra $7 to get the timestamp promo. How much is the pack foil actually? The pack foil is like the same price, so it's like $17. Anyways, this card is amazing. This card with Razaketh too in the same deck. Yeah, sweet. So you exploit something, you don't care. You're playing some sort of sacrifice game, you don't even care about that. You tutor for something, you don't have to reveal it. She's got Death Touch. All amazing key points. Love this card, think it's amazing. Yeah, and you can exploit herself if you're desperate. Done it before, kids. It's happened sometimes. Okay, this card is like dumb expensive for what it is. I mean, it's really good. And this is another card that like shot up. Like this card used to be like $3. Thought Vessel. This card is really strong in a lot of different decks. 1, you get no maximum hand size. 2, it doesn't enter the battlefield tapped. So 3, you can tap it for 1 mana. Also, it's 2 mana. This card is so good. It's like $10, which is fair, but I feel like this card is really good. Like, I really like this card a lot, and like, this came in, like, the Commander, like, a bunch of, like, the Commander sets, and I hope that it gets printed in the Commander, I don't know when Commander, what are we on, Commander 2020, Commander 2019? I can't keep up, but, I have been stumbling over, like, what year it was. I think it's because I haven't been in work, so I haven't been in work, and it's just been, like, I haven't been writing the dates. I'm like, I don't know what date it is. Okay. I don't know how I didn't talk about Elspeth Sun's Champion sooner. Guys, you know that this is, like, Elspeth is, like, in my top, like, 10 list of favorite Magic cards to cast. Like, Elspeth's on there. Like, I get so much satisfaction of casting Elspeth Sun's Champion, it's kind of ridiculous. Okay. I feel like I've gone on so many rants about, like, not rants, like, raves about why I love Elspeth Sun's Champion, and I guess we're just gonna have another one. Okay, let's start. First off, she is the best Planeswalker protecting herself. Period, boom, end of story. You can't change my mind. Don't at me. Like, she's the best Planeswalker protecting herself. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, number 2. She's a mini board wipe on a stick. And she starts out with 4 loyalty. So if you -3 her, you can still have her on the board. So it's not even like you kill her. So you do that, and then you destroy creatures with power 4 or greater, which is awesome. Another really cool thing is you can uptick her and then downtick her, and it doesn't target your tokens so long as they're not 4 or greater, because if you have like buffs from like other stuff. And her minus. Now her minus, you may be like, Tracy, like that's not, compared to like other Planeswalker abilities, no. Like, mainly Elspeth is great for her +1 and her minus. Her ult is good. Like, I don't think it's like be-all end-all Planeswalker ults, but like, if you have a lot of dudes, it can be so devastating. Getting +2/+2 and it flying, they got flying, they got evasion. If your opponent's in flying, sucks to suck. You just kill them. I feel like we could just spend, I'm pretty sure I've done a card focus on Elspeth Sun's Champion, which, let me know if you remember card focus. I haven't done one of those in such a long time, but where I spent an entire video talking about how much I love one Magic card. She's amazing. Really, this whole video could just be dedicated towards how much I love Elspeth Sun's Champion. She'sbomb.com. Pick her up. She's like $10. I like the art the champs are, but then there's also the alternative. I like both arts, actually. I shouldn't say I have a preference. I like both of them. Man, we need some water. We just spent a really long time talking about that card, but she's worth it. I can't believe I haven't talked about Sheoldred sooner. God, Sheoldred, we're talking about all these really good black creatures. God, black just has so much good value. Also, you can get the time-stamped version, which is like basically the same price as like the regular version, so I would recommend picking that one up. Okay, I also like the art better for that one. But anyways, okay, what is not to love about Sheoldred? Okay, the first thing, she's got Swamp Block. Relevant. Has been relevant. Second off, you get to return a creature that you pick from your graveyard. The second thing, The beginning of each opponent's okay, they sack a creature. Guys, I can't tell you how many times I've, like, board wiped, played Sheoldred, and just shut my opponents out. Because unless they play multiple creatures, they're gonna lose, like, 2+ creatures, which, if you're board wiping, they may not have cards in their hand, and then you just do that, and then, yeah. Sheoldred's amazing. Love her for so many reasons. She belongs in, like, so many different types of black decks. Any type of recursion. I love her. I love this card so much. I get so much satisfaction. I like also, I don't remember what I did. I think I like animate dead Sheoldred. That's really fun. Animating dead Sheoldred is like one of my favorite things to do. When you just like target, I think I did that on turn like 4. I think I like turn 3 like buried alive and then animated dead the Sheoldred, and that was so cool, and then I killed everyone. It was awesome. It was awesome for me. They probably didn't think it was awesome, but I thought it was really cool. Bomb.com, hands down, pick her up. Yeah. Okay, cool. And the last card, okay, Tireless Tracker. I really need the timestamped promo because if there's one thing that you've probably learned from this video is I love timestamped promo stuff. The timestamped promo of this card is $30. The regular is like $10. This card's amazing though. I'm honestly, I feel like this card is so like, I just need like 10 of this card, and I only own like 2, which is so disappointing. This card belongs in like everything. Okay. Land ETBs, you get a clue. You sack it in like mono-colored, this in like everything actually. You draw cards with it, you get to investigate. When you sack a clue, it can get bigger, which I guess can be relevant, but mainly it's the land type stuff. Tireless Tracker, so strong. Definitely need to pick up more of this card, but it's just kind of like one of those like, I just really need to get more of this card because it's so strong. I really just need the timestamped one, but it's like $30. I'm like, why are you? I know why you're so expensive. Like, it makes sense, but God, I feel like I need to drink so much water now. I feel so dehydrated from like talking so much. I just filmed like 2 other videos before this, so I'm like, but anyways, thanks for hanging out. These were some cards that I think are totally worth it, and cards that I think you should pick up if you're like, this is for those people who are like, I wanted to buy the card, but I'm not sure if the card is worth it kind of thing, because there are cards that are overhyped, and I totally think that, and I'm gonna film a video on that. Maybe I'll film that after this video. That'll be fun. I'm gonna get so much hate on that. It's gonna happen. Whatever. Anyways, thanks for hanging out. Let me know if these are cards that you were thinking of picking up, or cards that you have and you love, and you're like, oh my god, I need to pick up like 12 more of that card. Yeah. That was all I got for this video, and I will see you guys in my next. Bye.